Basketball fans, welcome back. So, the Knicks. An insider reveals Knicks got rid of Softies after trading RJ Barrett, Obi Toppin, and Immanuel Quickley. So, this is actually a report that I saw, and it was actually quite interesting. And I really do not agree with this because I feel like every player has a different way of playing, and the perception that is being passed here is just the Knicks just throwing shit at their former players. No, they lost Obi Toppin in free agency, and they traded away Ajay Barrett and Immanuel Quickley, and they got uh, OG Anunoby from the Raptors. They traded them from the Raptors, had traded them to the Raptors, and they got OG Anunoby in the process. So one team source pointed out that in moving out Toppin in the summer, so Obi Toppin he plays for the Pacers. Then Barrett and quickly recently, we got rid of Softies. The Knicks roster now consists of nearly completely hard-nosed defenders. So this is just one of those reports that I just look at and it just it's actually quite fascinating how your former team can just try to throw shade at you through an insider. And this Knicks revamped roster, they are emphasizing on defense, and I didn't think like these three players were going to cut it, especially on the defensive end. And even since they traded these two players, I know they lost Obi Toppin in the summer, but they're right now they are 6-1 and they've improved defensively. I feel it shouldn't come out this way because I know the New York Knicks have undergone like significant change in the roster, but trading away like those young talents and to have a culture shift, you don't have to come out and say that these guys were soft, they didn't play defense, they played basketball, but you didn't have to like say it in that way. So I know the team just throws shade like that, and I don't agree with it. I don't like it. And according to Steve Popper on Newsday, the source mentioned we got rid of Softies, highlighting a perceived emphasis on gritty defenders in the team's new composition. Barrett and Quigley were part of a trade to the Toronto Raptors on 30th December, acquiring OG Anunoby in return. Toppin was previously traded to the Indiana Pacers in the offseason in exchange of 2 second-round picks. Despite the departure of these young players, the Knicks have thrived since these trades, boasting a 6-1 record in the 7 games following the transaction. So Anunoby has seamlessly integrated into the team's defensive schemes while providing valuable floor spacing on the offensive end. So the Knicks now hold the #1 defensive rating in the league, indicating the effectiveness of their defensive oriented approach. So meanwhile, I'm just looking at this, and I know the Knicks are just trying to find a way to be able to get back and be able to like compete in the playoffs, but I don't think like throwing shit at your previous players is warranted. So meanwhile, the players traded away also have found new success in their environments. Barrett and Quickley, now in the Raptors, are shooting 50% from three and averaging 18.2 points and 18.6 points per game respectively. So you can see they are playing pretty well, they are contributing to the team. Quickley has stepped into a playmaking role, averaging a career high 5.3 assists per game with his 7 starts in Toronto. So Toppin in the Indiana Pacers has found a consistent role with 11 points and 4 rebounds per game. So the Knicks' strategic moves to acquire seasoned defenders aligns with a commitment for a robust defensive identity. And that was what they're looking for. Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle have been leading the team's charge, supported by defensive prowess of OG Anunoby. They got him from the Raptors in that RJ Barrett and Immanuel Quickley trade. So as the Knicks are currently standing 6th place in the East with a 23-16 record, these roster changes indicate a calculated shift towards building a more resilient defensive sound team in the future. And I actually agree with it because the Knicks, with the guys that we have right now, they can obviously make a deep playoff run, and they can even go ahead and play deep in the postseason. But I don't think that this was warranted. I don't think that you had to throw shit at these players. But I feel like the Knicks somewhat they're feeling bad that these players are getting like consistent playing time and roles in this franchise that they traded them to. And you can see RJ Barrett and Immanuel Quickley. It's like they found their home. RJ Barrett, he's been traded to his home country team in the Toronto Raptors, and he's from Canada. So you're seeing like these players, they're able to thrive in the situations that they've been put in. And I feel like the Knicks are just, salty at that because they expected them to just go out there and regress. I know they want to trade them away, but they just want to trade them away to show that they were not good players. But looking at that, and that's the reason as to why you're seeing like this article and this report coming out, I really do not like the way this insider reveal, like the way the Knicks looked at them, because I know the league is a business, and not everyone in that situation like was going to. If you're not in a good situation, you're not going to be able to succeed even despite your talent. So the Knicks, I somewhat feel like they feel salty that these three guys have been able to find a way to be able to fit in another organization and produce. So that's the thing that is making them angry. So that's the reason as to why you're seeing these comments of throwing shade. You're saying that they are soft. They wanted to go defense. I know they wanted to go all in on defense, but you don't have to throw their players under the bus like that, their former players under the bus like that. I didn't like it at all, and I just said, let me just pop by and just say that. I'm not just saying that, it's no. I'm not siding with what the Knicks did here, but I'm just trying to defend the players because I feel like the players sometimes they don't get a. They sometimes I feel like they don't get a fair shake in the organization that drafted them. So if they're able to find success somewhere else, it's actually great, but the need to throw shit at them is not warranted. I didn't think that it was good, but anyway, I'm just glad that they are just silencing the Knicks with these performances. You can see RJ Barrett and Immanuel Quickley, instant contributors to the Raptors, and I feel like that rebuild process will become much more easier. Now the only thing that is left for the Raptors is to just find a suitable trading partner for trading partner to get rid of Pascal Siakam from the team. So, and if they get rid of Pascal Siakam, now they can just start on a full-on rebuild, and hopefully they can be able to like do something do something, especially in the off season. I know the Raptors right now are just trying to lose as much games to tank for a better draft pick. But anyway, that I'll leave that on to the Detroit Pistons because they have the worst record in the whole NBA. But the Raptors, they're just going on a rebuild right now, and no much expectation there because I knew from the bat when they traded away RJ Barrett and Immanuel Quickley, I knew they're looking for a win now situation. In the East, they have seen like there's a high chance and a high likelihood that they can make the conference finals, but I'm not sure about that because the Celtics are there, the Milwaukee Bucks are there, the Philadelphia 76ers are there. They'll meet those teams in the playoffs. So hopefully we can be able to see like these three players just get on their own and just continue to make continue to make improvements in their game because that's actually quite important. And I really like these guys because they are just relaxed. They don't get in trouble with the media with some things. They just going out there and just focusing on their game, and it's actually something that is actually quite good. So yeah, man, if you guys like the video, make sure you leave feedback down in the comments on what you think about this whole situation, and I'm out. Peace.